Ideally, there's fans back in there, etc. So I think this is very good for Izzy at 185.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. If John Jones goes and wins the heavyweight belt by beating the winner of Ngannou versus Stipe, John Jones has something over Izzy.
Which is?
Jones went up in weight, won a belt.
Okay.
Izzy went up in weight and he lost the 205 chance. That's not to say that Izzy can't go up and do it again.
Right.
But if John is effective, then he has something over Izzy as the current GOAT in the sport.
Right.
Right? So that's up to you. Let's see what happens. I mean, John Jones could get caught by one of those big boys and then completely knocked out, and then Izzy got something over John. Right. He's like, you went up in weight, you got your ass knocked the fuck out. That being said, John Jones is a very good wrestler, and if Izzy struggled with Jan wrestling, Jan isn't a wrestler, but he's black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's a good ground game, but he would struggle with John.
Right.
So it is just an interesting thing. Now, John doesn't have the power that Jan has.
Right.
So Izzy's going to go trade with John.
Okay.
If they keep it on the feet, Izzy, after feeling Jan's power and not getting dropped, he's like, oh, I'm ready. I'm ready for these 205ers. Like, I wonder if Izzy right now, I really want to talk to him on the pod. Izzy, come on the pod already, man. I wonder if after engaging with Jan and not getting hurt, if he's like, I should have just stood in there with that motherfucker.
Right.
Because when he exchanged with him, there was one more where he caught Jan with a left hook, and Jan hid the fact that he was hurt well, but in the replay, you see him get staggered and kind of walking around. I think if Izzy knew how badly he was hurt, he would have put on a sauce.
Yeah,
right?
He just didn't want to get exposed.
He didn't want to get. Yeah. You mean he didn't want to get caught?
Yeah,
right?
like he can counter so well, but if he, if
he gets caught, because the guy has concussive power.
Yeah,
and I think by the end of the fight, Izzy starts to realize he's caught me clean. a few times.
I can eat some of these,
and I ate them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would even like to see them go at it again. Maybe later on.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a different fight. But also you could argue that Jan would be like, I'm not even striking with this guy. I'm going to take him down. And if he doesn't improve his takedown defense or doesn't improve his ability to get back up when he's been taken down, I'm just going to hold him down there.
Right.
Which is what Jan did. Jan didn't do damage when he had him on the ground.
He just held him.
He held him.
Yeah.
And that's on Izzy. Yeah. Izzy got to be able to get up from that.
Yeah.
And ideally he learns, et cetera, and kind of improves that part of the game. But yeah, go.
You can correct me if I'm wrong. So can Izzy. I thought, I'm watching the fight, worried for Izzy. I thought he got caught a couple times in the third round, maybe, and then he got a little bit shook from it. Not shook, but like he got a little more affected than not feeling it at all. And I thought that's where he started to lose the fight, and that's why I don't remember at the I felt like that's where he got a little more loose with how he was playing, and then he was able to get taken down. Does that make any sense?
Maybe.
I'm watching complete amateur.
He looked tired. He was saying he was tired, but I would say towards the end. Like towards the end, I think he was doing this like kind of like flow thing.
Yeah.
Right? But I think that was masking him. I'd be tired too if I was carrying another 20 pounds with me.
Yeah.
He usually fights at 185, and he fights around his weight. So he weighs in at 185. I don't think he gains more than 5 pounds for a fight afterwards. So imagine you're carrying an extra 15 pounds around for a 5-round fight. That's different.
Right.
And
like
had the round of trying to get up from him.
You're being held down. 200 pounds
he was
on
done.
you.
After the 4th round takedown, it was.
I would say even the first takedown is what.
That was in the 4th round, I think, right? 4th and 5th.
The first takedown.
He got up from one.
Oh, I thought it was earlier in the. I thought it was
maybe,
but I think that was a big part of the reason what gassed him.
Yeah,
he usually is good to go for 5 rounds.
Oh, he got energy forever. So it was interesting to see. But it is a different level of energy. Like when you're carrying around more weight, every clinch is different.
That's a good point.
And you're also thinking differently. It was, I don't know. I know it seems like I'm capping for Izzy, but I really feel like for interest in 185-pound fights, this is the best thing.
Right.
In order to promote fights, you need to think the other guy has a chance.
Yeah.